Okay, so good afternoon. So today I'm going to do a little bit of a review on a product that's come out now called the Bling, which is basically a garden filter pond filter. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to unbox it in a minute, and once we unbox it we'll take you through it. I'll catch you in a bit. So in the box obviously it comes with a foam and then it comes with this. So in here, let's try and see if I can zoom out a little bit. There you go. So in there is basically a filter. So you've got your sponges. So you've got your black sponges and your blue sponges, which are located in there. Nice little pretty LED. And then you've got all your media and stuff in there. And then you've got your small pump. So you've got your plastic balls. You've also got ceramic ones that are inside there as well. Let's just have a look inside there. So you've got the ceramic media here, look. Approximately a 10 metre cable. So what we'll do is we'll put it together, and then what I'll do is I'll put it in there and we'll test it. So I'll catch you in a bit. So I've just taken the pump out of the box. Just flip it over a sec. So if you look there, it's 40 watts that it uses on there. But I think that's included the LED as well. The media itself, it's basically in here is all different types of ceramic media. Some Kanita gold in there as well by the looks of it. It's Kanita gold in there, ceramic media, all different types of media in there. And obviously some plastic bio balls in there as well. I'm going to sit that in the bottom. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw all this around it, put the sponges on the top, and then we'll see what it looks like. So basically the way that I've just set it up, I've just put the pump in the centre. I've just taken all the media and stuff out of the bags and put some plastic in there, other bits and pieces. So what I'm going to do now is put the sponge over the top. So the sponge will sit in there, like that. And then I'll get the black one, which is there. I'll fit that one on the top like that. Now obviously the cables, if you look there, the cables are good, go through there, look, and there's one that goes through that side. That's for that. So basically then that sits on the top of there like that. Let me show you in a sec. Apologies, my phone died, so I've had to leave it till today to do it. So I'll come back to where you are now. So yeah, so basically that's where we were. Obviously I've moved it from over there. So that's where we were. So obviously now all the filters are in and everything else. And you can see you've got the hole down there. So basically what you do now is that gets screwed onto the top of that. Then obviously you've got your turning valve for that. So obviously it gives you the opportunity to go that way or straight out to create the fountain. So for us, if you look over there, what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that that's open, which it is. So that'll come straight at the top. Now, what we've got now is LED that fits on the top of that. And then you've got this here, which is a pipe inside with two seals, which allows this to move up and down. It allows this to move up and down. So it gives it short or long. So basically what we do now is that gets pushed into there. I'll just see if I can modify this, just give me 2 seconds. So that gets put on so that sits flat, and then what we do then is we connect this to that's the power supply. So just give me 2 seconds. So yeah, so as you can see that now, so I've got the ability now to push that down or pull it up to go for the height of the fountain. And then we've got a number of things that we can use. So we've got this baby here which creates a fountain that comes out the top and then a little bit in the middle, and obviously you screw in a piece into that, which you can't actually see that was in the box, to be fair. And then we've got this baby which does exactly the same thing, and we've got multiple little screws as well, but different ones, so you can put your pipes on instead to do that. So that's pretty much that as it is. And then basically that sits on the top like that. So, go and get a power supply, sorry my hand. I'll go and get myself a bit of a power supply. The only downside to me for this, I would have hoped that the pump would have had about 10 metres of cable. It ain't. It's probably only got about 5. So the problem is now for me, because I'm going to install it in here temporarily, and then I want to run off that power supply. And that's approximately 10 metres to get to that. So that cable ain't long enough. So I'm just going to get the extension lead and I'll be back. So for the benefit of this, what I've just done, I've just turned my main filter off. So I've just turned the main filter off and then I've just submerged this in. So obviously you can see there's the bottom drain. And then obviously the Tama Sabas. And then obviously you've got this sticking out here. So obviously you can have this whatever height you want. You can have this whatever height you want. So obviously I've got it quite low at the moment. For the simple reason that I don't know how drowned I'm going to go in a minute. So obviously I'm on my own, so I'm going to try and connect this up and then I'll show you in a sec. So all Tama Sabas in there up here, Larry. Right, so I'm just going to temporarily turn this on. So I'm just going to go over to here, look. Well, I don't know how this is going to work straight out the box. We'll soon find out. So I'll give you an idea. Looks pretty enough. Probably a bit powerful for this. So hold on a bit while I turn this down a sec. So what I've just done is, instead of having that one on, I've turned it to that one. So basically the water will come up and it'll flow down like a mushroom. And then obviously we'll adjust this then to suit. So I'll just turn that back on. See what it looks like. So there you go. So that'll show you that. And obviously we adjust this to give you whatever flat and like a cabbage. I've just dropped it in. Give me a second. Right, so I'll try again. So as you can see now, that flow's quite intense. So the further down you go with it, the further out the ball comes. So obviously when you unscrew it, you reduce it down. So reduce it down. Alright, it's okay, sort of. So the only thing I will say is it's the first time I've connected it up, and it's the first time that I've done anything with it, and the LED lights don't work on it. So you want an honest review, I'm giving you an honest review. So it's from, like I said, it's from a company called Billing. So you'll see on the manual here. So from its Billing, look, filter pump, user manual, and obviously it tells you doing all the bits and pieces to it. Shows you how to connect it up. You know, there's nothing hard about how you do it. And it tells you connect it up there, look. And as you can see, the lights are supposed to work. It tells you the do's and don'ts. It tells you the fittings. And then tells you the adjustment. Now for me, with that ring on, you can't adjust them pipes. You can't adjust them. So that sort of defeats the object to that, to be fair. Look, it looks pretty. It looks pretty. I don't dispute that. It looks pretty. I think it would have been better if the LEDs work. But, you know, it's an honest review. I'm being fair with it. Not my cup of tea, I'm honest with you. Cable's not long enough, so it needs to be at least 10 metres long, the cable does. And if you want LED lights on it, they ain't working on here, so I don't know why. Because there's nothing you can do extra to make them work or not work. So I'll be sending an email back to the people concerned and say, look, the LED light don't work, so it's as simple as that. For a natural pond, yeah, it'll be alright. You know, for a natural pond like this, I suppose it'll be alright. You know, it's got a nice flow to it. It's got a very nice flow to it. The LED lights don't work. And for me, it's the LED lights that would make this work, or make it look tidier. The LED lights don't work. So, not impressed at all. So, I think these retailed about 80 odd quid. So, if I'm honest, you can get it from Amazon apparently. So, if I was honest, I'd be taking it back. So, but to be fair, it's been given me to review, you know, and a review is exactly that. So I've connected it up, I've done exactly what it says on the tin. I've followed the process as you would do normally. LED lights don't work. So, I'm going to leave this review at that. I'm being honest. So, would I buy it? Not really. Not for me, not for my ponds. It's not really the kind of thing that I'd be looking for. And the whole point of doing a review is to be honest. And this is me being honest. For me, first impressions count. If they're LEDs, those LEDs would have worked, there might have been a different thing for me. I might have been a bit more impressed. As a filtration system, it needs a lot more filtration in there. So me personally, I'd just fill it with Kanita Gold. Just fill hot, get rid of all the ceramics, get rid of all the plastic bits. That's how I'd do that. There's holes in the side of the casing, so obviously the water will go inside there via the casing anyway. So the filtration, the black and the blue at the top, it'll work, and it's sucking water in. Anyway, without kicking this any more in the nuts, I'm going to leave that at this. So that's the review on the Billing presentation pump, if you like. So, be good, be nice to your family. I'll see you soon.